following show contains adult content. It's not our intent to offend anyone, but we want to inform you that if you are a child under the age of 18 or get offended easily, this next show may not be for you. The content, opinions, and subject matter of these shows are solely the choice of your show hosts and their guests, and not those of the Entertainment Network or any affiliated stations. Any comments or inquiries should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for listening.
That bitch, even when I'm crying crazy, yeah, I got boy problems, that's the human in me. Bling bling, then I solve them, that's the goddess in me. You coulda had a bad bitch, not committal. Help you with your career, just a little.
Hey everybody, welcome to SOFLO SASS, another Monday edition. More technical difficulties.
Every time. I can't stand the internet, people. I'm like this old dude that cannot stand technology, and it's like a shit show to get everything online. We're here early, and we always pull it off by the skin of our ass last minute.
Thank you to Roxy.
Roxy, you're the best. Let me tell you something. You might be a little crazy, but you're still good. We love you.
I know. I love you guys too.
You're like the backbone. You are the gears that grind the spine.
She will happen. The show must go on.
Cheers.
Anyways.
Can't do the sober. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Hey everybody. Welcome to SOFLO SASS and the Barbie and Rambo show. I'm Barbara.
Rambo in the house coming at you full effect. Hello, everybody.
So anyways, happy Monday, everybody. Rachel, how was your weekend?
My weekend was good, actually. Yeah. I did a little bit of spring cleaning and got some extra
spring break.
It's like the weather was nice for once.
I think she said spring cleaning.
Yeah.
I'd rather do spring break. I've been on spring break all week acting like a fucking idiot. I'm 50 years old, but I still go on spring break. Why don't you come down and stop your spring cleaning and go on spring break with me? Trust me. You'll have the time of your life.
That seems to be your lifestyle. Just spring break, 365 days a year, 364 days a year. It's your lifestyle.
No, darling, it's different. This is, you poor thing. Let me enlighten you, okay? We've got literally, I don't know, something like 1 million college students coming in, sorority sisters, crazy fraternities. It is a shit show, for a better lack of words, but it's so much fun, okay?
But she already warned you when she comes here. You're going to be like in so much trouble with her.
Oh my God, well, now she tries to spring clean. I swear to God, I'll throw her in a mental institution.
Well, I'm not going to come to Florida and try and clean. Are you dumb? I'm going to come to Florida and party.
Just checking you, darling. Go
I
ahead.
won't party, best believe.
You go, babe. You go with your bad self.
All right, so how was your weekend? How was your weekend?
My weekend?
Yeah.
A blur, an absolute shit show blur, okay? I took my motorcycle out. I had the time of my life, okay? I was at the Elbow Room. I went from the Elbow Room to Fat Cats, okay? And it was just jamming, okay? We're talking live music. We're talking it's spring break, okay? And everybody's seen the videos. You guys all know, you guys have watched MTV. And I can't stay home, okay? Plus I don't have a girlfriend, so it's even more fun, all right? So I started out the Elbow Room. I started like 12 o'clock. I'd actually shut down. Okay.
So you were day drinking?
I was day drinking, night drinking. It was a good time. And we had live music and just the people watching. Forget everything else. The people watching is out of control. That's the funnest thing about it. You know, everybody's just having a good time. You've got like tons of like girls in bikinis just walking around, you know. Plus we had the food boat out. All the spring breakers were at the food boat. And I was referring them to the Elbow Room. I was referring them all over to all the places where we know which we go in Fort Lauderdale. Because Fort Lauderdale is like a booming ass town.
Oh, it's off the hook right now.
Yeah.
Oh, and didn't you tell me about an announcement that they made today about wear no mask?
Oh yeah, supposedly there's some type of no mask mandate order in Florida. I don't know how true that is.
No mask state.
Yep, I just heard that. We're one of the no mask states, thank God. So we are progressing. So we are progressing out of this malarkey that we're in, everybody, and hopefully things will be back to normal at some point. You know, so we're working on it, you guys. All we can do is put one step ahead of each other's foot at a time and just keep going. It is what it is.
Yeah. So anyways, everybody, I'm glad everybody had a weekend. Thank you for tuning in with us again. at SOFLO SASS and Rambo and Barbie. And we are going to have special guests with us tonight, my friend Claudio. I think he's on tune here to check in with us. He's live from Pittsburgh. He is very big in the sports community. We're going to have a sports show tonight because we are coming live from the quarterdeck. And why don't you tell everybody why we're here at the quarterdeck? Because it's a sports bar.
It's not just a sports bar. Quarterdeck is like an institution, okay? It's totally awesome, all right? It's this great restaurant. It's a family restaurant. But, like, it's the place where you meet, like, people after work, you know? And it's over by the water. It's kind of near Southport, which is one of my other favorites, okay? And actually, the owner from the Elbow Room is here hanging out. This is the true story. She's right over there.
Mrs. Penrod?
This Michelle Penrod.
Yeah.
And she's having
awesome.
Yeah, she's totally cool. But it's like, this is a place that serves good food at a reasonable price, and you never can get a bad meal here. It doesn't exist. And if you wonder why my earpiece is cocked off a little bit, it's because I can hear Rachel because we're not keyed in properly. So you guys just have to bear with our technical horse shit and just bear with us. But the quarterdeck has been around for years, okay? And it was originally founded by the guy Big Daddy. This is back like in 1966, and it's a not upscale, but it's almost upscale, but very clean. Yeah, but it's clean. They got over 40 TVs here, people. They've got one on Dania Beach on the pier that overlooks it. They've got some serious locations, and their food is preposterous because I've eaten here and I've gotten fat for years and drank here many countless nights when I didn't pass out in a bush out front, which has also happened. Whatever.
This is why I always ask you to co-host with me, because you tell stories about like passing out in bushes and stuff.
It's Fort Lauderdale.
Who does that?
I'm not an accountant. Okay, I have a problem with my sobriety, not my drinking. Okay, and I work too much, and unfortunately, there's times when I can't drink, so I have to goddamn work for my other businesses. Okay, including this.
Hey,
one.
Barbara. We got Claudio. He's ready to come
All right,
in.
Claudio.
And Jimmy is here too. We're waiting on him to get centered into the camera.
Uh-oh.
Awesome.
Jimmy's a real cowboy, you guys. This guy like beat someone up in a ring one time.
Oh yeah, he's some serious stuff.
He's like 78 years old too. He's 4 years older than God.
Jimmy is in the green room. We're just waiting on him to fix his camera so we
Look
can
at
see
Claudio.
him.
It looks like my office.
What are all those things? Stock certificates on the wall?
Hey, Claudio. How you doing, bud?
What's going on?
What's up, Claudio? Jay, nice to meet you.
I'm
First
doing
time
okay.
meeting
I'm just hoping that this tech thing stays good. What's
All right,
that?
cowboy. That's all right, cowboy. What are all those things behind you, bro? They look like stock certificates.
When people have awards to give out and they run out of people to give them to, they call me up and I accept them. So just
Very
a bunch
humble
of collection of old awards.
They look very, very impressive, just to let you know.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I've been very, very blessed for sure. Very blessed for sure.
Well, welcome to the quarterdeck with me and Barb. We're filming live here, and we're at your service. Tell me what's going on in the sports community, cowboy.
Well, here in Pittsburgh, I guess the big news is that Ben Roethlisberger signed another contract, so he'll be back next year. Other than that, the Pirates are going to be the Pirates. I don't expect much from them. Overall sports world, baseball is kind of getting back, which is good. Fans are allowed back in the stadiums and arenas, which is always good. And today we have a very special guest on, Jimmy Burchfield, who's, in my opinion, the best promoter in boxing. And I love the guy, and looking forward to having him on the show.
Special, what do you mean by that? You mean like special needs? Do I have to have like a wheelchair like ramp here or something?
No. He's a special man. He's a special man. He's a special guy. Like I said, there's a lot of promoters out there, in my opinion, without question. Not only is he the best in the business, like in the ring,
nice,
but out of the ring, he's great with his fighters, and there's not a bad thing you can say about the guy. And
I read a report that he was actually in the ring throwing punches. Like 78. Is that true?
Yeah, a little bit.
I like that. I like a passionate man.
Oh, there he is.
You see, I got my turtleneck on. I got my vest.
He looks formidable.
It's a little nippy here in Pittsburgh.
Jimmy, you wouldn't hurt me, right? I'm a peaceful
Positively
man.
not. As long as you're a friend of Claudio's, I won't.
Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate that. So Barbara would like to talk to you about your vast expertise because I'm like more the woodsman guy. She's like the sports freak expert, okay? But as long as you're not gonna hit me, we're okay, and I appreciate that. Sincerely.
Jimmy, it's my pleasure. Thank you for coming on SOFLO SASS.
Well, it's my
and
pleasure.
joining me and Claudio tonight because we like to do sports shows once a month. So I'm very grateful and appreciative of you being on our show tonight.
It's my
I
pleasure.
really want to show this picture of you and talk about this and how you, like, look at that belt. Yeah.
Jimmy, how did you earn that? I'm just curious.
Well, I actually was, I've had the pleasure of having tremendous awards given to me through the years, but this was unexpected. We actually promoted the Mike Tyson Roy Jones fight, and after a couple of weeks, the WBC sent me this World Championship belt, which the WBC is probably the biggest and best sanctioning body in boxing. And on that belt, you're going to see Muhammad Ali and Sugar Ray Leonard and some other people, and they put that my picture on the belt and said, "We thank you for all that you've done through the years for boxing." So it was a great honor. I will treasure it the rest of my life.
Jimmy, good for you, man. That took a lot of hard work to get those people together and accomplish that. I mean, you can't just come into this business as a greenhorn, okay, and just achieve greatness unless you've been doing this and you have an aptitude for it. And once again, with a lot of young people, youth and ambition like this, and I'm still old as hell, okay, there's no match for wisdom and treachery, with all due respect. And
thank you.
Hard times.
Thank you,
my friend.
Thank you.
Very impressive.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if I can say something, guys, Jimmy, as I said, is not only a great promoter, he's the best promoter, and he's got big time events. But let me just say this on a personal note. When my dad was sick, Jimmy always called my dad and me to check up on us. When my dad passed, the first flowers we got were from Jimmy Burchfield. When I went to Vinny Paz's last fight in March of 2004, they did something called a standing 10 count, where everybody stands up in the arena and they honor somebody and they ring the bell. And when that happened, they mentioned my dad's name, and I was finished the rest of the night. But that's the kind of guy Jimmy is, and he's somebody that in my life, I try to impress Jimmy. Yeah, I try to make him proud of me, and I try to accomplish things so he's proud of me. So I love the guy.
Claudio, that's a hell of a damn compliment, bro. I guess that man deserves it. Hands full down.
And Claudio, I want to, as I've told you many times, I want to compliment you on all the things that you've accomplished in your life. I'm very proud of you. But what I like to do is, I'm going to bring a show where you guys are in your country. I'm going to bring a big show, a big MMA show. We are one of the only national promotional companies that have two divisions: live championship boxing and MMA, which is one of the fastest growing sports in the world. So we're coming down to Orlando, Florida. On
and we are, and by the way, we are familiar with the MMA.
Yeah, we're involved.
You are?
We've been several at the HBO pay-per-view events.
Hang on.
Hold on one second. We got some baby back ribs here from Flanagan's. We're filming live here, people. I don't know if you can see this. This is one of their. You got to sit tight. Hold on, because we are broadcasting live. This is one of their signature dishes here. Okay. And it's absolutely delicious. And we're going to take a bite of this in 2 seconds.
Jimmy, you need to have some of these ribs.
Oh, man, it looks good. When I'm down there, I'll definitely be there.
I want you guys to continue first, and then I'm going to get into these ribs and talk all about them. So you guys
I don't blame you. So on April 30th, we're going to bring a big, major MMA show.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Take some more food?
We have the beautiful waitress here that wants to talk about the food here.
Well, let it talk.
These are our baby back ribs.
Closer.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow. I've never been on one.
Yep.
Well, you are now.
Next 1 second, you guys. We have to show the food here. Food now. Come right in between. Lean them right between. Don't be shy. There you go. Come on, baby.
Hello.
Hi.
These are the famous baby back ribs.
These are
Go ahead.
famous baby back ribs. They're slow roasted up to 4 hours, and then they're
4
finished
hours?
4 hours, and then they're finished on our grill.
And I've eaten them many times. They're delicious, but I'm going to eat them in front of you just so you guys feel jealous and you know.
Thank you so
darling.
much.
They look delicious.
Jimmy, can we send you a bite?
Oh, yes, please.
Email him a bite immediately. We got to get over this virtual stuff. We got to get together, you guys. Next time it's going to be in person where we can enjoy this whole thing together.
Yes, I would love that.
So, Jimmy, keep going. Claudio, keep going.
Yeah, so we are one of the only, if not the only national promotional company that has the 2 divisions. So there's a place in Orlando, Florida called the Caribbean Resorts. And we are going to bring a major MMA show there on April 30th. We love you. Show that food, man. It looks so good. And on that card, there's a few names of fighters that maybe some people will recognize. One is young John Gotti Jr. Yes, the grandson of John Gotti. He will be on that show.
John Gotti, the Teflon Don. Everybody knows who John Gotti is.
For real?
Yeah.
Yeah, for real. He's on that show on April 30th. And also we have another really up-and-coming fighter that'll be on the MMA show, Gary Tiger Boletto's son. So it's going to be a great, great show. We're really, this is our first show we're going to be doing in Florida. So we're very happy and very excited about bringing it there in Orlando, Florida on April 30th.
Jimmy, question for you. Tell me something. Is John Gotti as good of a fighter as we've heard of his name? Is he like Sammy the Bull Gravano? Is he like a real hardcore son of a bitch? You know what I'm saying? And he transcends it into the ring.
Well, I think that young John Gotti wants to make his own life and his own path in life. And he loves MMA. It's something he wants to do. He's very quiet.
Wow.
That's
cool, right?
He's not a wise guy in any manner, but he is a warrior. He's got that instinct of Claudio of Vinny Paz.
He's got his father's blood. He's got that. He's got that wise guy blood in him.
He's got his grandfather's. He's definitely got his grandfather's. Actually, looks a lot like the grandfather. But
I've seen pictures of him. I followed him.
Yeah, he's cool as a cucumber. And he suffered a defeat his last fight, and so this is a big. That was his first loss, so he's really looking forward to coming in the cage and winning a gigantic fight on April 30th.
Jimmy, why
don't you tell everybody? Jimmy, why don't you tell everybody your involvement in the Tyson Jones fight, which was one of the most successful pay-per-views of all time.
Yeah, good call, Claudio. Yeah, take it over here.
Yeah, it was. Listen, we were honored to be the promoter of record for the fight, and we had 3 of our fighters on the card that night. It was something that most people thought couldn't be pulled off, but it broke all kind of pay-per-view records. It was just an unbelievable show. I think that Mike Tyson is really. Still, even you take little girls are asking, when is Mike Tyson fighting? They've never seen him fight, but they know the name, they know the charisma that he's got, and it was one of the greatest experiences in 30 years of doing this that I've ever witnessed and ever been involved in.
Jimmy, I personally think that Mike Tyson, when he was 25 years old, was one of the greatest fighters that I've ever seen.
Oh,
he was explosive, okay? He was so explosive, it was almost terrifying watching him fight, okay? That's why he became the world heavyweight champion.
I think you're right on target. I think that most fighters that got in the ring with him, they were petrified before the bell rang. He had them petrified before the bell rang. And, he was in some great fights, and it's too bad that during the course of time, his original trainer, Gus D'Amato, had passed away, and he got caught in some of the short ends of boxing. you know. But listen, he's done a great job. I mean, to do what he did with this Mike Tyson, and we're going to be making an announcement very soon again.
Big announcement.
Yeah, because he will be fighting again, and it's going to be bigger than this fight with Roy Jones.
Announcement on the,
I would be desperate to hear that. Like I said, I'm a
Rambo
huge
Barbie
fan
stuff.
of Mike Tyson. Okay, and like I said, I've watched so many of his fights. Okay, I was a patron of him when he was up and rising. Okay, and he's just an explosive. When he at 25, if you saw the way he just hit, bam, 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 his combinations were lightning hard. It was like getting hit by 2 Mack trucks from 2 different directions, and those were his biceps. Unfortunately, he went through some trials and tribulations in his career. It affected him. You know, he went to jail for a period of time, whatever. But that's what happens when you're a young kid coming from, you know, the streets, and you get greatness. Sometimes greatness is thrust upon you, and that's the only.
But look what he just pulled off on top of all of that. The biggest pay-per-view ever in history.
Biggest pay-per-view.
Yeah, ever. And basically that says that really people remember what you're saying when he was 25 years old. And the younger people who had never been able to witness him fight actually had the chance to see that fight, and they're going to see a bigger one coming soon.
I hope he trains.
Jimmy, you know, somebody we have to talk about is Vinny Paz. Vinny Paz is how you and I met, and you know we both love Vinny. Vinny's a former 5-time world champion, should be in the Boxing Hall of Fame. He's in several halls of fame, and he should be in the Canastota Boxing Hall of Fame, which I think he will be eventually. Talk about Vinny a little bit, his great career, and some of your most memorable moments with Vinny.
Hey, listen, there's too many to announce the moments that we've had.
That's
but
for sure.
Listen, Vinny Paz, God didn't give. He wasn't born with the greatest of talent, but man, as a warrior, whenever you bought a ticket to see Vinny Paz, you're going to get your money's worth. He won fights that he wasn't supposed to win. A real courageous fighter from the old school. He's from Mike Tyson's school. That's how they fought. And basically, I think one of the things that Vinny did is, to this day, anyone that might be sick in a hospital or anything, I call Vinny up. Vinny, you got to make a visit and go see these people, and he's there. He's done everything that he had to do, not only in the ring, but outside the ring.
That's amazing, isn't it?
There is one other story.
And for those of you who,
go ahead.
And for those of you who don't know, there was a movie on Vinny's life made in 2016 called Bleed for This. And
yeah, you got to see it.
You got to see it. And they, you know, on some movies they exaggerate, right? Well, Vinny's movie, they had to tone it down so people would believe it. But the fact of the matter is, Vinny won a championship, was second, and then he gets into a car accident, and they know for sure he's not going to fight again. He may not walk again. And they screwed a halo into his head, into his body, which is supposed to keep you from doing anything. But what did he do? He started training. Okay, he was lifting weights and training. You got to watch the movie. And he came back. In his first fight back, he didn't fight a bum, or I hate to say a bomb. He didn't fight somebody who wasn't any good. He fought a future world champion, right? And then he went on to win 3 more world titles after that. So it's a great story.
Yeah,
and,
it was amazing because as Claudio just said, I was at the hospital when the doctor, the first question Vinny asked him, am I going to be able to fight again? And Vinny, the doctor, now even with a hesitation, I was with Vinny's dad, Angelo, and the doctor, without even a hesitation, said, "You'll never fight again, son." And Vinny took the doctor's hand and said, "Yes, I will. You don't know who I am." And sure enough, you got to see the story. It's Bleed for This. Everyone should watch because it's a real story.
Yeah.
Claudio, I gotta thank you because I know you brought Jimmy Burchfield in, and it was your connection because you're so involved in the sports field. I'm not so much, but I do know a little bit about boxing, and it is a pleasure listening to this man. Okay,
it's an honor,
and I can't thank you enough. Okay, me and my viewers could sit here for 20 minutes and listen, an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and listen to his stories. All right. and another
He's
thing,
got plenty to tell.
yeah, and you can tell by the way he talks, that he's like really the true blue, the real deal. But Jimmy, what I'm interested in is, didn't you jump into the ring and punch some schmuck out who did something wrong?
Yeah, I did. A
Yeah, here you go.
265
And
pounds.
look at him
A
laugh.
265
Wow.
pounds. And I got arrested for it. Claudio,
Good for
you gotta
you.
send them a picture.
I'm sure he deserved it.
I was there.
Yeah, he
I
did
was there.
deserve it. But listen, them
Losing
are
a
hundreds of
fighter
stories. Listen,
The boxing match ended in the Twin River Casino.
yeah.
Sorry, Jimmy.
Yeah.
You know what?
And,
Let me interrupt.
I got arrested.
Let me interrupt. The reason why, let me say this. Nobody would have done that because my mom always used to say, never speak from the neck up, speak from the heart up. Jimmy does everything from the heart up. And I'm going to get emotional here, but I know this guy and how he is. Number one, he loves his fighters. Okay. He doesn't just promote them. And when they retire or when something happens to them, Jimmy's always there. I know that for a fact. And that's not always the case. These, not just in boxing, but in life, when you're successful, people love you, right? And as soon as you fall a little bit, they get away from you. Jimmy gets closer to you the more you fail. Okay, that's who he is. And like I said, during his busy times, when things were tough for me, he didn't have to call me. He didn't have to send flowers. He didn't have to do that, but he did. Okay, and there's people who were related to me who didn't treat me the way this man treated me. So, like I said, I have nothing.
Claudio, you keep talking. I'm going to hire you as my publicist.
He already is. He's doing it for free, Jimmy.
Well, wait.
He's doing it for free.
I want one story that's very important to me that I want to share with you guys. So, yes, I think everyone. That's what separates me from any other promoter. My athletes, my female and male, they mean an awful lot to me. I don't toss them away. I kind of got their back for the rest of their life. So I had one of the finest restaurants in the Northeast called a Classic Restaurant. And at that time, Muhammad Ali came to my restaurant.
Muhammad Ali, you're that?
Cassius Clay, for all you people who don't know.
Yeah, and what we did is my restaurant was a fine dining restaurant. You had to be dressed up and everything. So we had a roped off red carpet area that we put Muhammad Ali in. And we were having dinner, about 15 of us. And now the whole restaurant's got hundreds of people once they seen that Muhammad Ali was there. And he looked at me and said, "Are these your customers?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Take that rope down. I'm going to take pictures with them. I want to," and he did. With every person that was in the restaurant, he took pictures with. He autographed everything. But listen to this. I'll never forget this story. Later, he said to me, "Jimmy, I want you to take me to the worst place where my people are." So I
What
said,
did you say to that?
"Yeah." He said, I want you to take me to the worst place in Rhode Island where my people are." And I took him to this broken down men's bar called Tilly's Kins. When we walked in there, no one recognized him. There were about 30 people. Half of them were drunk. Half of them had their head down. And finally, after about 10 minutes, one guy there recognized. He said, "Oh my God, am I got the shakes? Is that Muhammad Ali?" And
Only Muhammad Ali, right?
Once that announcement was made, Muhammad Ali sat down with each one of these people. He gave them each $50 bill. It was one of the most, it was one of the most amazing things.
That's Muhammad Ali. That's Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
That's something he would do.
It was one of the most amazing things that I've seen in my life. And why that there are, we talk about every so often, every a Vinny Paz comes along, a Muhammad Ali comes along, people like this that a lot of people don't know any of these stories, and basically there's a lot of excitement for people who haven't been to a live boxing match or a live MMA show. and you sit down at ringside and you watch one of these fights, like the fight we're going to bring to Florida.
He was
Yeah.
a true performer. My favorite saying from him was, "I'm a bad man and I'm pretty."
Yeah, and it was amazing.
All of that.
I thought
It
you
was
knew everything about
amazing
sports.
at the drop of a dime that he could come up with these jokes and these poems that he came just like this.
How about him with Howard Cosell? Remember that was a show in itself.
Howard Cosell loved him, and
It was a show in itself. They were
yeah.
each other. He used to
Well,
lift his
you know-
wrist up.
You knew anything about sports.
I can surprise even a nun sometimes.
But this is what it takes, because when you're in that world of live championship boxing, or you're in the world of MMA, you understand it's a business. It's a business. You have to be able to market yourself. You have to be able to be a little different than anyone else. But guess what? Beside that stuff, beside being under the lights, you got to do real things. Like Vinny Paz going to a hospital to see someone, or Muhammad Ali going to this broken down men's bar room, sitting. You know, we spent almost 2 hours at that bar room, and he didn't shuffle anybody around. He sat with them guys, gave them each $50. These are the real things that really happen during the course of these events.
He's a real fighter. He's a real person.
Yeah, real person. And I'm not saying that every fighter that gets in the ring or the cage are real people, because some of them are not. But the real ones, that these stories we're sharing right now, and you guys, I'm hoping that your audience understands this and listens to it. Claudio, I really thank you for this introduction. I'm honored to be on the show. I'm available at any time. I want to tell you guys, I want you to mark April 30th if it fits in your schedule. I don't know. Are you guys live in Fort Lauderdale? Where do you live in Florida?
Fort Lauderdale.
So how far is that from Orlando?
About 3.5 hours, my friend.
Yes.
Well, if you guys,
Tell us about an event you have going on.
it's called Caribe Resorts, and it's right in the center. It's on the World Center Drive, right where everything's happening. So people are coming down and having mini vacations. You guys can be my guests. I'll get you a room over there. You see if April 30th works for you.
Thank you so much. We would be very honored and privileged to
Jimmy,
represent you. Again, with Claudio, of course.
Yes.
You know, it's hard because Claudio, we love you. You're a bad man, but this matriarch is stealing the show. It's hard for you to get
I know that.
No, I don't. I don't know what to do.
Well, but Jimmy, we will definitely be there. We will go live from SOFLO SASS and the Barbie and Rambo show. But let's give it off to Claudio a little bit. So, Claudio, tell us about the connection between you two and how you met him, because I know your wheelhouse is the sporting world, and tonight's a sports show.
Well, what happened was when Vinny Paz got into his accident in November of '91, I was devastated, and I loved Vinny. I was a big fan of his, so I just sent him a note just to tell him I hope he feels better, and I'm sorry what happened. And I didn't expect him to write me back, but he wrote me back, and I wrote him back. Then he called me, and and every fight that Vinny fought. From then on, he would send me a hat and a shirt, right?
Aww.
And yeah, I mean, and like I said, I got to be honest with you, Jimmy and Vinny to me aren't friends. To me, they're family, and I get emotional because I love them.
Absolutely,
I love them both so much. And I got to tell you a quick story. Vinny was fighting this one particular fight, and he, for some reason, he forgot to send me a hat and a shirt the first time ever. But what happened was. I always used to keep him and Jimmy updated on my chase to be a professional in baseball, right? Well, I finally got this one job, which I still have to this day. It was February of 2001. So here comes Vinny in this press conference at Foxwoods Casino. And I told him, Vinny, I got that job. He said, you did? He said, yes. I said, for sure. And I remember he said, don't. He said, I'll be right with you. So he goes up to the podium and does his thing. takes his shirt and his hat off and he throws it at me, right? And so you got to imagine how emotional I got.
Jimmy, aren't you a little bit old to be doing that, you cowboy?
No, that's okay. I got to tell you guys a quick story. Jimmy, I don't know if you know this story yet.
Please do. Share
As I said, Vinny's last fight, he was going for his 50th win. And he was, it was a couple weeks after my dad passed. And I wasn't going to go to the fight because, like I said, I was a wreck. And Jimmy and Vinny both said, no, you got to come, you got to come, you got to come. So I went. Well, the first couple rounds weren't going the way we wanted. Okay. Jimmy's hollering at Vinny, to turn it up, and I'll never forget as long as I live. My mom and dad always used to say, if whoever is good to my son, for God to bless him. So I looked up in the rafters and at Foxwoods Casino, and I just said a little prayer. I said, Mom, Dad, I said, Vinny is wonderful with me. I said, don't let him lose. Let him win this fight. And I swear on my life, I swear on my eyesight, seconds after I said that, Vinny punches this guy, Tucker Pudwell, knocks him down. And I just got hit with adrenaline and I got dizzy. Vinny went on to win the fight. Now, he didn't share his purse with me, but that's okay. But I was glad that he won the fight. And we had a good time afterwards. But that's a very true story. Very true story.
I love that story.
That's a great story.
Wait, time out, guys. We have to show food.
We got to show food.
Here is our Caribbean chicken sandwich.
Okay, this is the Caribbean. Everybody look. So I know men are hungry. This is the Caribbean jerk chicken sandwich, okay? I've actually had this before. It's delicious. I don't know if you've had Caribbean jerk chicken, Mom. It's respect. It's good. It's Irie, okay?
Hi, and let's talk to this beautiful woman here.
Tell us about it.
Hi, my name is Foster. This is our Caribbean jerk chicken sandwich. It's marinated chicken on a ciabatta roll, served with pico de gallo, pepper jack cheese, and arugula.
Oh.
All right, guys. This is a 9.5. This is a great thing. Claudio.
Okay, Claudio,
Jimmy,
you're in Pittsburgh.
I'm bringing you down here. When you guys come, I'm feeding you.
Oh,
this
yeah.
right here.
And Jimmy, where are you?
I'm in Providence, Rhode Island.
He's in Rhode Island.
This is from the Quarter Deck in Fort Lauderdale, live sports bar. We got over 40 screens here, and they have unbelievable food. You never get a bad meal. A Caribbean jerk chicken sandwich. How can you beat that with a stick?
Man, that looks like a fabulous location.
Well, you're going to have to hook them up with this food when they come down to visit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, Jimmy, again, tell everybody about your event that's coming up in April and how we can come and hang out with you.
Damn, that's good. Keep going.
Yeah, the event is at that Caribbean Resorts on the World Center Drive. It's right in the middle of everything that's happening. It's a big MMA show. It will be also shown on UFC Fight Pass. One of the featured fights is John Gotti's son, John Gotti III. There's going to be 10 bouts on the show. It's going to be a dynamite night. I think at this place, it seems to be, has five-star restaurants right inside. 3 big golf courses right around it.
Jimmy, you play golf?
I play a little bit of golf, but not much. The Disney World is right around the corner, so we're really excited about being there.
Jimmy, with all due respect, I could care less. I would like to sit down with you, have a couple of drinks, and just hear what you have to say. If you're there, you're the attraction.
Claudia, will you play golf with me and Jimmy?
I do play golf, and I'll play.
Okay, I'll bring my sticks. I got my sticks.
So I want to just add one thing onto Claudio's what breakdown he gave on Vinny's 50th win. In my office, he's got his trunks that he wrote. He wrote something. He said 50 or death. This is when we had 48 wins. He wanted that 50th win so bad. So to add to Claudio's little breakdown that he gave on his show on the fight, the first 4 rounds, we are losing every round. And the 5th round, I'm not supposed to do this as promoter of the show. So besides Claudio's prayers, I went on the side of the ring, got up on the stairs, and I pulled Vinny's shorts. And he looked at me, and I said, "You said 50 or death. We're dying. We've lost every round." So between Claudio's prayers to his mom and dad, and between me pulling your death, it was an amazing. It was amazing what he did after that. It was.
Oh
it
yeah,
was, it
for
was
sure.
just
Anyway,
crazy.
you know what, you guys, Claudio. You know
Yes.
we're radio people. You know how the time goes by so fast, and we always run out of time. So, anyways, Claudio, give everybody out your information. I love co-hosting with you once a month, and we do our sports show.
I appreciate you having me. I do a podcast on the it's on my website, ClaudioReilsono.com. I've had guys like Vinny Paz on, Donnie Lalonde, Jerry Cooney, Mario Andretti, and I have Jimmy on this week. I can't wait to have Jimmy on. So I've had a lot of great guests on. It's been fun. I've been very grateful. As I told you guys before, there's an old Italian saying, if you ever see a turtle on top of a fence post, you know he didn't get there alone. So people like Jimmy,
I didn't realize. I stand awed and corrected by you.
This Claudio's getting real good, boy. I'm proud of you,
there's
my
Claudio
man.
right there.
and I have a book here. I
And
wrote
Jimmy,
it.
we're going to see you in Orlando in April. And
Yeah, we're
you're
excited.
coming down, and he's going to cook for you.
Oh my God, that's great.
It is. It's the way it is. I'm fat. I'm a chef. I got a beard. You want to eat from me? Believe me.
Yeah, no. Listen. So what do you drink when you drink? What's your special drink?
What's your specialty?
Everything, my friend. I can cook like the wind blows. Like the wind blows. I'm an Italian chef. I'm a French chef.
Alligator.
I'm a hillbilly chef. I've been cooking for 30 years.
Then
I can
him and
make
Claudio
anything.
like to go hunting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to take this boy out in the woods, and then we're going to go get some stuff. And trust me,
Okay.
you'll really see him shine. That'll be a whole nother show in itself.
It's a whole nother show.
But I don't know how I can top this, Jimmy. This was an incredible experience with you. And I like boxing. I don't like other sports that much. This is the truth, you guys. I'm not going to bullshit. It's a real show.
He doesn't like football. Red flag.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Well, we're not doing it,
Got
so
Claudio on that one.
yeah, whatever. So, but Jimmy, man, I could talk boxing with you all night.
We will. We will do that often. And on April 30th, you should do your live show right from that place.
Claudio, you're coming to Orlando, right?
I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to try to move some things around and come down.
We got to try
That'd
to
be
make it
great.
happen. Because, I mean, your connections, your expertise, dude, you're guided by these people, okay? And they've helped make you who you are with your own hard work. And, you know,
That's
it's
for
not
sure.
what you know in business, it's who you know. And you're so, and Claudio, you're so great.
And I meant what I said. I mean, these guys have had major impact in my life. Like whenever I would see Vinny, but I'd watch Jimmy, Jimmy and how he operates.
Shows humility.
What's that?
Shows humility, shows wisdom.
Like I said, I've been great. I'm lucky and blessed to know people like Jimmy for sure, and think about him all the time.
Well, you know what, though, Jimmy? You had a really good story to tell. I mean, the people that you worked with and all the boxing. What made you want to even get into that world anyway?
Well, I always loved boxing. I love making people happy. That's what I love. And you know, in the restaurant business was the same thing. If you came in, I had, and before there were computers or iPhones or anything else, I knew what table you like to sit in, what you like to eat, what you drink, everything. We had valet service because we were a high-end restaurant. By time, if you don't get snow out there, but here in the Northeast we do, if it was snowing, your car was all clean. So I just love making people happy. And you know, we're doing an event like we're going to do April 30th in Florida. At the end of the night, as long as we've done a great show, people got their money's worth, that's what makes me happy. So I got in this business. I was just messed around with it. I fought.
Yeah, but the thing is, how do you meet Mike Tyson?
Oh,
I'd be
I
afraid
mean,
to beat them up.
as you guys just said, this is a business loaded with relationships, and you earn them relationships through the years that and they listen. Not everyone that you meet in the business, in any business world, are good people. You separate Claudio and I and Vinny and people like that. We stood together because we're good people. We're real friends. I on top of it, I'm an underdog guy. If
Awesome.
you're,
Jimmy,
if you're,
Jimmy, I don't mean to cut you off here. The clock is ticking. We have a beautiful woman here.
go ahead.
Come over here. That wants to. We're live here at the Quarter Deck, so we want to promote the Quarter Decks, and want to thank them for having us here.
Come on over here,
Come in here in
darling.
the
Don't be shy. Come in the middle, darling. We need to see your beautiful face. Okay, so what do we have here? We have more deliciousness, right? Now they have a sushi chef here. Understand this, okay? This is not just continental cuisine. They have Japanese cuisine here, and it's outstanding. And the thing about it is, Quarter Deck is a busy place, okay? It's known as a very, very, very good restaurant. It's clean, it's nice, it's modern, and they move through a lot of sushi here, okay? I've eaten plenty. So anytime a place moves through a lot of sushi, that means that it's fresh because they're constantly supplying new fish in every single day, getting new shipments in, and that's what Quarter Deck gets.
Right. Okay. So Jimmy and Claudio, you guys are in the sports world. Would you have your athletes eat something like this before they get ready to go work out, or no?
Yeah, I
don't know
think
about
that's
before they
very
work out.
healthy.
They said, yeah.
They would. They would. So they're not just a bunch of
Or you make them like suffer and work out and then have that as their reward when they win.
Well, listen. Here's what I've seen through our time we've been together. That Quarter Deck is one heck of a place. I can't wait to get over there to eat some of that food. It's everything that they've shown so far, whether it's before the fight or after the fight, or when these athletes should have it. It looks delicious, and we want to try it as soon as I get down to Florida.
Yeah. Claudio, you want a to-go box?
No, my wife always takes to-go boxes. I finish my meals always.
Tell me what we have here.
So this is our dragon volcano roll. It's shrimp tempura, and on the inside shrimp tempura, avocado, and misago. It's topped with kimchi and sesame seeds. It's one of our specialty sushi.
Oh, look at Claudio. He's
Dragon
like,
tempura roll. Claudia, you look like the salivating dog with Pavlov response.
Bro, just wanted you to know time's up.
I'm trying to lose a few pounds. If I come down there, I have a feeling I'm going to gain around 10.
That is absolutely fantastic. That is good. That is fresh sushi.
what does Roxy say about that?
What do you think, Roxy?
I have to let you know our time is up. That's what I gotta say.
Wonderful sushi here.
They have a ton of sushi here. So, if you're a fat guy like me and you're trying to diet, you're trying to go off your weekend bender of eating pizza and drinking liquor, this is where you come to feel good about yourself and kind of, get your omega-3s going
Okay.
with this fresh stuff. So
Right.
we're
So we're at the Quarter Deck in Fort Lauderdale. Yeah. And we want to thank them for having us here. I know, obviously, the clock is ticking. Claudio, it always goes by so fast.
Sure does. I always appreciate you guys having me. Thank you.
Oh, no, we appreciate having you.
Claudio, you made the show. I got to tell you, love, due respect.
What about Jimmy?
No.
I'm not done. You made the show with your expertise by bringing this matriarch in. This is the elephant of sports,
right.
boxing, with the big
He's a
talk,
staple
okay,
in the
who
world.
guides everybody, all right? And you show him the best amount of respect, and his stories are. I could sit here all night. I wish
Wait another hour.
Yeah, my sadness is I don't have longer to talk to both of you guys.
But Jimmy, we will see you in Orlando.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, we will be there to support you and do anything we can.
And
And
it's been
of
a
course,
pleasure.
Claudio, you have to come visit us,
Yeah.
and he'll cook for you.
I'm going to I will try really hard.
Next show, we talk more about you, Claudio, and figure you out.
Yeah.
We'll bring all the psychiatrists with the strings, you know what I mean? The guys
There
in
you
the,
go.
with the
You'll
butterfly
need
net,
them.
get it all squared away.
You'll need
All
them.
right, guys. Thank you.
My pleasure,
Thank
Jimmy.
you.
Nice
God
to meet you.
bless.
Bye, guys. Thank
Bye,
you.
Why men great till they gotta be great? savage. Even when I'm crying crazy, yeah.